Here's what I got for you today, kids. Some fun little blues tricks. I've been getting into this riff. Very simple for the key of E, or it's more fun in the key of G. Actually sounds more proper British to me. You start. So you bend this B flat up, so you make the major third. Then you move it up. So a great way to start a blues, if you really want to have some fun with your blues jamming buddies, and they go, hey, you kick it off. You try this little lick on for size, and you end up going to the 5, and then it comes back around. So watch. And it's a fun little trick. It's a great way to start a blues because you kind of get this like ominous sound at the beginning with these little kind of half bends within the chord, you know? So it's a lot of fun. You know, if you can kind of get your hands trained to anticipate the changes and then bend down. And the real trick with that is making sure the intonation is right, because if you don't get the intonation quite right, it just sounds like you're kind of making a lot of mistakes at once. So it's a fun way to get people's attention in a both positive and negative way. Okay, one of the most commonly asked questions is how do you get from point A to point B? So if you're starting high, you want to go low. We're in the key of E, by the way. So I think about all these frets as blocks. So if you're in the key of E, pentatonic. So if you want to do a cascading riff all the way down the neck, you pull from the key of E in every one of these little areas. And I go, that's in E too, you know? So you start building these, and you don't have to use the whole riff, you can just piecemeal them out. So if you go, before you know it, you get a lot of these little things that make sense. And it also helps you in a mid-solo to just, with your eyes, look down, and if you're starting to get a little bit off the deep end, you can kind of right the ship once it starts listing. You know, like in here, if I find myself here on the 7th fret, I know that I go. If I find myself on the 10th fret, I go all the way up, you know. Oh. By the way, the mistakes are free of charge. But that's, you know, when you see it in those terms, making little blocks out of the fingerboard, it's really easy to kind of do these long cascading, you know, riffs down the. And that's something I pretty much ripped off verbatim from a guitar player that we all know and love named Eric Johnson. Trick number 3 in my bag of tricks. I use a lot of these low chord, low 5 inversions. I just think it almost sounds like the guitar is tuned down. Now, as a caveat, I'm not a fan of tuning the guitar down. I believe the guitar sounds brighter, more powerful, heavier for you kids who are in the heavy metal, in A440. There's your A, but natural E, natural A. I think this guitar, especially when tuned past the D, now they're getting down to B, now they're getting down to A. I've even heard them down to F sharp. So in that case, you either have a baritone octave guitar or you have a bass. So with that said, how do you get the heaviness without having to tune the guitar down? So if you're in the key of G, so you're 5, so if you're in G, you're 5, you're C, you can play this F, this A flat, just those 2 notes, then move it down a half step. And that'll, so if your rhythm section is playing, then if you want to go back up to the 1, and it's nice to throw them in, during the course of a blues or something up tempo, It's really something a lot of fun, and it just sometimes to the listener you're going, what is that chord, and it's a lot simpler than it looks, but it also just gives the guitar a nice harmonic range that is not normally done with just a standard tuned guitar.